Hey YouTube, just bringing you my deck update on my Exodia deck. Um, Again, it's not the traditional Exodia deck, it's the Dark World build, or my Dark World build. If it's just the same as yours, deal with it. If not, hope I could help with it. Should get straight off into it. The biggest staple for this deck, all 5 pieces of Exodia, obviously for the automatic win. I run an Effect Veiler. Mainly just because I really didn't have anything else to make the 40 plus cards originally, and I haven't just taken it out yet. I'm probably going to trade that out for like a monster reincarnation or a backup soldier later on. I run 3 Grapher of the Dark World. Basically, it's the level 8 you need for trade-ins and advanced draws. Discard it or bring it back and then tribute it for advanced draw. 3 snow, obviously, when it's discarded, special summon 1 Dark World monster from your graveyard. If it's discarded by an effect. Last 3 monsters in my deck I use are Bro Huntsman of Dark World. I use these because it's just a pure draw ability. Say if I had all 3 in my hand, I play card destruction and discard them. I get for each one I get an additional draw. So on top of the opening hand, which would be 5, I get an additional 3 to make a grand total of 8 cards that I've drawn. I just personally think it's an amazing card to put in. But speaking of which, I do run a card destruction alongside a monster reincarnation. Again, if I was to discard an Exodia piece with card destruction and draw into monster reincarnation, do that, drop a bro, draw 1 card, and get an Exodia piece back. Allure of Darkness, again, another draw card, draw 2 cards, then banish 1 dark monster from my hand. If I don't have any, I discard my entire hand. Now, I wouldn't be playing that without a dark monster anyway. Anyone who would is a complete moron. 2 Dark World dealings again, because of the discard factor as well as the draw factor. I personally really do like it because I've got cards to bring specifically Dark Worlds back. So I personally recommend doing that inside of an Exodia deck. Again, pure draw engine with my upstart goblins that I run 3 of them. All it does is give your opponent 1,000 life points, and it gives you the extra draw for each one. Again, on the drawing theme, I've got 3 1 Day of Peace. Wouldn't recommend an Exodia deck without it now that it's been released. It's actually been out for a while, actually. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend an Exodia deck without them. I mentioned with Grapher earlier, or Grapher, whichever you prefer to pronounce it. I run 3 trade-ins, discard a level 8, then you get to draw 2 cards. And I also run 3 advanced draws. Again, this time tribute a level 8 and then draw 2 cards for each. Now, to get back my Grapher, all I need to do is have a Dark World on the field, then I can return it to my hand. Or I can play one of these, which allows me to summon 1 Dark World monster, but I cannot special summon for the rest of the turn. Now, I traditionally do that to get a bro onto the field during my opponent's end phase, then return it to my hand to do anything with it later on. Right? My final spell card for this is my Pot of Avarice. You know, return 5 cards, then draw 2. At the minute, I only run 1 backup soldier going into the trap card. I'm probably going to get another one and put it in instead of Effect Veiler, as I said earlier. It's a really handy card to have because the only normal monsters that I'll be running are the Exodia cards. Well, the arms and the legs anyway, because Exodia itself is an effect monster. I can't see myself running any other vanilla monsters anyway. As I was saying earlier about the Dark World cards, I run 2 of the Forces of Darkness, which allowed me to take any 2 Dark World monsters into my hand from my graveyard. Right, the last 2 cards I run in this deck at this point are 2 Dark Schemes. Your opponent can discard a card to negate the ability of Dark Scheme, but if they don't, both people discard 2 cards to draw 2 cards. Now, personally, I think it's just one fluid movement through to do that. But yeah, I like the Exodia decks. I've always loved Exodia because I've always thought there was an elegance to it that people didn't appreciate. I have been using Exodia decks the last 4 or so years, on top of my Malefic deck. I've done a review for that already. With Exodia decks, I personally think that you can't go far wrong with them. There is a big possibility, if your opponent's using deck lockdown, that you'll have to use the beat stick option in this deck, but with Grapha being a 2/7 beat stick, I don't think you're going to go far wrong with them either. Right, apart from a big shout out to a good friend of mine of O'Malley 1990 and his brother AJ, I haven't got much else to say apart from Nationals are coming up. Already got my room booked, so I'm definitely going. I've got my ride sorted over there. I hope to see you guys there. Please leave comments below, like down there somewhere. I will be sorting out another deck profile later on. I haven't decided which one yet. I'm going to do my underrated card of the week later on today. Not sure I'll upload it till like tomorrow or something like that, but I haven't decided yet, as I say. So I'll leave it there actually, to be honest, because I'm rambling on, and let's be honest, you've probably got far better things to be doing with your lives than listening to some overweight British dude telling you about Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So I'll leave it there. Again, I hope to see you next time.